What is up? I waited way too long to start contributing to my TSP. And it is one of the biggest financial regrets I have from my early time in the military. If you're active duty and you're not contributing to your TSP and you're not getting the full match, this video is going to show you exactly what it's costing you. And that number is probably going to surprise you. When I first joined, I didn't think about the TSP at all. Honestly, retirement felt so far away, it didn't even seem real. I was focused on getting through tech school, figuring out military life, making friends, buying things, and I wanted to finally enjoy having a steady paycheck. Retirement? That was something 40-year-old me could worry about. Nobody ever sat me down and explained how TSP actually was. Sure, it came up during in-processing and finance briefings, but if you've been through those, you know what that's like. You're getting hit with hundreds, if not thousands of information in a single day. Not thousands, maybe. Housing, medical, leave, benefits, uniform allowances, travel, somewhere in there. For about 5 minutes, somebody probably talked to me about TSP, and I probably ignored it. For years. Looking back, it wasn't because I didn't care about my money. I just didn't understand how investing worked. I thought you needed thousands of dollars. I thought retirement accounts were for officers or people who were making a lot more money than I was as a fucking E3, sorry for cussing. Then something happened. I started talking to senior NCOs who had been investing since they were airmen. Some of them had 6 figures in their TSP before they hit 20 years, not because they were financial experts, not because they were making huge salaries, simply because they started early and stayed consistent. That completely changed how I looked at money. The most common thing I hear from junior enlisted today is, I don't plan on staying in long enough for it to matter. I used to say that too, and that's exactly why I wanted to make this video for all of you. So let's start with the basics. The Thrift Savings Plan, or TSP, is essentially the military version of a civilian 401k. It is a retirement investment account sponsored by the federal government. Instead of keeping all of your money in a checking account where inflation slowly eats away at it, the TSP allows you to invest part of every paycheck into funds designed to grow, get bigger, track it. Think of it like planting a tree. Every contribution you make is another seed. At first, it does not look like much. It just doesn't. It might take a couple. You might log in after 6 months and only see a few $100s. Maybe a couple thousand after a few years. It can feel super disappointing. But that's because the real magic isn't the money you're putting in. It's the time. The longer your money stays invested, the more it earns. Then those earnings begin earning money. That's called compound growth. Interesting. It's one of the most powerful financial tools you'll ever have. The earlier you start, the less money you actually have to contribute over your lifetime. Waiting even 5 years can cost you tens of thousands of dollars by retirement. That's why starting now matters so much. I want to explain that there's 2 things, the traditional TSP and the Roth TSP. When you set it up, there are going to be those 2 main options, the traditional TSP and the Roth TSP. Here's a simple version. Traditional means your contributions go in before taxes at the beginning. That lowers your taxable income today, but you'll pay taxes when you withdraw the money in retirement. Roth is the opposite. You pay taxes on your paycheck now, but everything you contribute and all of the growth can be withdrawn tax-free in retirement if you meet the requirements. So which one's better? That depends. For many junior enlisted members, especially E1 through E5, Roth often makes a lot of sense. And why? Because you're usually in one of the lowest tax brackets you'll ever be in. You're paying relatively low taxes today. Now, would you rather pay taxes on a few $1,000s today or potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars decades from now? It all depends on the time. So that's why so many financial professionals lean towards Roth for younger service members. Now, I am not a financial advisor. I am not an expert, and everyone's situation is different. If you are unsure, talk with a qualified financial professional. The important thing is not getting stuck trying to make the perfect decision. Choosing between traditional and Roth is a good problem to have. Not contributing at all is an expensive mistake. I want to talk to you now about the government match. I think it's the biggest reason why every eligible service member should be contributing. The government match, if you're under the blended retirement system, which covers most people who joined after 2018, the government will match your contributions set up to 5% of your base pay. Think about it. How often does someone offer to double part of your money? Hasn't happened to me yet, almost never. Yet that's exactly what's happening here. Let's use an easy example. Say you're an E4 earning $2,500 a month in base pay. 5% of that is $125. If you contribute $125, the government, guess what they contribute? You got it, $125. You've invested $125. Now you have $250 working for your future before your investment even had a chance to grow. Over a year, that's about $1,500 in government contributions. Over 4 years, that's around $6,000. And that's before investment growth. It's like if you're walking down the street, you see an ATM, and on the ATM it says press one button and receive free money, and you keep walking. Does that make any sense? Of course not. But thousands of military members do exactly that every single month simply because they never set up their TSP contributions. If you donate to your TSP or if you invest in your TSP, where does my money actually go? Please let me know. This is another question I hear all the time. It's a great question. Your contributions are invested into different funds. There are individual funds like the G fund, the C fund, the S fund, the L fund, the I fund, the F fund. Each investment is in different types of assets. If it all sounds confusing, that's okay. For most people just getting started, the life cycle fund, also called out funds, is a great option. These automatically adjust your investments based on your expected retirement date. They're designed to become more conservative as you get older, so you don't have to constantly manage everything yourself. The biggest mistake isn't choosing the wrong fund. It's leaving your money sitting uninvested because you never selected one or you never logged in to check. Take a few minutes to understand where your money is invested. Your future self will thank you. 5, 10, doesn't matter. Tomorrow, it'll thank you. One of the biggest arguments I hear from my troops and everybody else, it's the biggest excuse. I probably won't stay in long enough for it to have any effect. But here's the truth. You don't have to. The TSP belongs to you. If you separate after 4 years, 10 years, 20 years, you'll be retired, the account is still yours. It will always be yours, and you can leave it where it is. Roll it into another employer's 401k or move it into an IRA. It does not disappear. Now let's look at what time can actually do. We're going to do a little exercise. Let's say you're 20 years old. You contribute enough to get the full government match. That's roughly $125 a month from you and another $125 from the government. We already did the math earlier. That's $250. If that money grows at an average annual return rate of 7%, by the time you're 60, you're looking at well over $300,000. It's not because you became rich overnight, right? This is slow to grow. It's because you gave your investments 40 years to work. It's a long time, but it's beneficial to you. Most people think wealth comes from making huge amounts of money, doing TikTok and, whatever the cool thing is nowadays. It usually doesn't. It comes from making smart decisions consistently over long periods of time. Time is the one thing you will never be able to borrow back or buy back. Every payday you delay is one fewer payday working for your future, if that makes sense. I've heard almost every reason for not investing. I can't afford it. I don't know enough. I'll start after my next promotion. I'll wait until I start making money. The problem is life always finds a reason for you to wait. There will always be another excuse. When you make E2, you're going to wait till you make E4. When you make E4, you'll wait till you hit staff. Then you'll want to buy a house. Then you'll want to have kids. Then something breaks. There will always be another reason. Starting small beats waiting for perfect. Quote it. Even if 5% feels difficult today, build your budget around it. You won't miss what you never got used to spending, but your future self will absolutely notice the difference. So here's what I want you to do today. Log into your MyPay, go to your TSP contribution settings, check what percentage you're contributing. If it's 0, change it today. If it's 1 or 2%, increase it to at least 5% so you're taking advantage of the full government match. If you're already contributing 5%, let's go. Awesome. See if increasing it by just 1% is realistic, right? Most people won't notice the difference in their paycheck after a few weeks. It's amazing. Then take one more step. Actually log into your TSP account. Look where your money is invested, learn what fund you're in, spend 15 minutes understanding your retirement account. That small investment of time today literally will be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars over your lifetime. 5 minutes. Financial freedom isn't one built by one great decision. It is built through dozens of small decisions repeated consistently. This is one of those decisions. This is one of those times now where someone says, if I wish I could go back, I would have done this now. This is one of those things, speaking from experience, I promise. If nobody ever taught you this when you joined, that's exactly why I started Rankin Wealth. I put together a free E4 financial survival checklist with the 10 things nobody tells you when you join, or the 10 things you forgot because they told you and you were worried about other stuff. The link is in the description. And if this is the kind of video you wish someone would have told you or shown you earlier, please subscribe. There is going to be a new video every single week. I'll see you in the next one.